Okay, now that everything's set up and we've seen how the code works, let's go and try out this whole pipeline. Let's go back to the AWS console. Let's click on Services. Go to Storage and then S3. Let's click on our Upload bucket. Now to test off that our trigger and our elastic transcoder are both working, we need to upload a video file. If you go into the Finder, and then go to the root directory for our serverless workshop code, you'll notice that there's a sample-videos zip file there. And if you unzip it, you'll get a directory called sample videos. So just click into that. We can see here that we've actually got a few movie trailers that we can use to test out our pipeline. Select one of the videos. I'm just going to choose Disney and drag it into the S3 console. Now we don't need to configure anything for permissions or properties, so let's just click on Upload. And there we have it. Our video has been uploaded to the bucket. Now this will kick off the trigger, which will invoke the Lambda function and create the transcoder job. To check whether it's worked or not, let's go back to the AWS S3 console. And we'll click on the transcoded bucket in the console. We can see that there's a Disney directory, which is a good sign already. If we click into it, there we go. We've got our video files already transcoded. Now to test if we can actually get access to these video files, let's just click on one. There'll be a link on the side here, so I'm just going to right click it and open in a new tab. I'm going to click on play, and there we go. We can actually see that our video file is in the bucket and publicly accessible. Now, if you're unable to get this far, you might need to actually troubleshoot your Lambda function, and you will need to do this before you continue to the next step. Debugging Lambda functions is a really important skill to have. So let's go and look at how we can do that. Let's go back to the AWS console. Let's go into our Lambda functions. So click on Services and Lambda. Let's click on our function name. And now we're going to click on this monitoring tab up the top. These are all our CloudWatch metrics, so it's really important to understand what each of these are for. The invocation count tells you how many times the function has been run. And we can see that it's actually been run. The next one, it tells us how long the function has been run for, so we can actually get a time value as to how long it was running. Now the final metric here is the invocation errors, and if anything's gone wrong, if you've had an access denied error or there's some code that's just not right, you'll actually get an invocation error here as well. All three of these boxes have a jump to logs section, so we're just going to click on that button. And what this does is it actually opens your function in CloudWatch with your function already selected. So you don't have to go trolling through CloudWatch and looking through all the names. So it's brought us to this all streams view. If we click back just one step, we can see each time that we've actually run this function and the output for the function while it's been running. Now you can see that I've actually run this function quite a few times, but what we want to do is we just want to select the top one. That's going to be for our latest invocation. Now what's showing here is any time that we do a console log, or if there's an error, it'll be displayed in CloudWatch. So we can see that we actually console logged welcome, and then the event, and if we click on it, we can get a breakdown of what's in the object. So we can see that we passed through an S3 object with the name Disney, and that it also came from the bucket called ACG SFB upload bucket. We can also see the callback data that we got back after we successfully created the transcoding job, which is the next line here. So if we expand that, this is what was returned after we created the job successfully. We can see that we've got our different types of outputs down here with information for the file types. Now, if your function didn't run correctly, you will see a stack trace with some line numbers pointing out to where exactly the error might be occurring. So you might need to go back and have a look at the code to figure out why the function wasn't running correctly. And this could be as simple as you don't have access to the transcoder, or there's a typo in the code somewhere. But in our case, in this video, it seems like everything's running smoothly. So congratulations, you've got a fully functional and working elastic transcoder.